How's it going, everybody? We are here on the AmaKristina, which is one of Ama Waterways' amazing river cruise ships on the Rhone River in the south of France with a phenomenal woman, an international businesswoman, a global mogul, Chef Bri from Toronto, from the Bahamas by way of Toronto, who came here specifically for the Soulful Experience, but also to help us transcend our taste buds with her just amazing kind of, I don't want to say mélange, but I guess we're in France, so we'll say mélange of flavors from Africa, the Caribbean, all over the diaspora, the American South, Ontario, like everywhere, France, everywhere she is, everywhere we are, she's been able to bring these things together in finger-licking deliciousness. I had to basically give up any pretense of losing weight on this cruise. And
it's not possible.
So yes, Ms. Chef Bri Bullard, thank you for being here.
Always, you know, I already tell you how I feel about you, honestly. I think you're so warm. It's a pleasure, honestly. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you.
In south of France, on a ship, on a cruise, you know?
That's right.
I'm happy to be here. It's good.
Well, thank you. You're amazing. So, tell us a little bit about what excites you just being here in France at the moment.
There's so many things that excite me. You know, as a chef, right? Like, food is a binder for me. So being able to feed people in the south of France on a river, on a ship, you know what I mean? With so many people, especially that looks like us. It's so exciting for me. But being here is just so amazing because, especially celebrating Juneteenth, like I said this before on the speech earlier, that 50 years ago we weren't able to do this.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like our parents literally wasn't even able to do this. You know, so to be here and to bring you guys these flavors, and we're all here, we're networking, everybody has great energy.
Yes.
And on top of that, to have amazing food, because the food creates the memories, right? You remember where you were when somebody asks you 10 years down the line, what's the best chicken and waffles you had? And you think about it, you're like, oh, I had Chef Bri chicken and waffles in south of France, you know, on Ama Waterways cruise. You'll remember that.
That's right.
So it's all about building memories and just fostering good connections and relationships.
Yes.
So that's what I'm excited about.
Well, it's what we've been doing. And so we've talked about this before. I'm a native Floridian, as many people who already know about Fly Brother know. And the Bahamas is pretty much our neighbor.
Brothers and sisters?
That's right. And so that was the first country I went outside of the United States.
Really?
I went to the Bahamas. I went to Freeport, your hometown.
Big up Freeport.
Hey.
All my Grand Bahamians, 242 to the world.
That's right, 242 to the well. I know that's totally not the right accent.
Not at all. Not at all. You lost
my
us.
Caribbean Dick Van Dyke action. But 242 to the well. I'll start saying it anyway.
Oh my God, you need to stop. They're going to ban you from Freeport. You can't come back.
Oh man, okay. I'll shut up.
You're good.
But that was actually the first time I left the U.S., and I was probably 12. I went with my parents to vacation there, and we actually took a flight. It was Pan Am, flying from Fort Lauderdale.
They didn't even make them anymore.
They don't. Pan Am does not exist.
Them and Lakers. They had Laker too. That was going to the Bahamas from
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Yes.
And none of them exist anymore.
It was a prop plane.
Yeah, it was.
And I think it was probably a 20-minute flight.
Yeah.
And 15 minutes just to taxi to the runway. Each end.
Each way. That was a long time ago.
That's right. It was.
So how was it? You remember that?
I do remember it because it was my show is called Fly Brother. Travel has always been impactful and just an essential part of who I am, in the sense of me being interested in other cultures, being interested in how people do the same things that we all want to do, which is to be seen, to be empowered, to be loved. The way we do all these things differently, that's the kaleidoscope of humanity.
Literally.
And so to go to the Bahamas, even though it was so close, there were lots of things that are very similar when you grow up in the Florida of the 80s and early 90s. Yes. And it did feel very similar, and at the same time, the accent was different. They drove on the left.
We
You know,
do.
just those types of things. There was less air conditioning at that time in a lot of the public places that
Smoking
we
hot.
went. Yes.
We was hot hordes. I know, I'm sorry.
It's okay. They don't know the word.
I know. That was an inside joke. Inside joke.
But it was smoking hot. And yeah, it does stick with me. And I appreciate it for that it was my very first
experience.
That's right.
Outside of Florida.
Outside of the United
US.
States, in a way, yes.
And it was how long you were there for?
We were there for a week. And I do remember, so it was a timeshare condo, so
that was big back in the day.
It was very big.
So what,
the
Princess?
80s.
You stayed at the Princess?
I can't. It was the Lucaya Resort or something.
Okay.
And it might have been the Princess Lucaya Resort. But I will say that Mom cooked our normal foods at home, but then we went to like Pizza Hut.
In the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas, and we rode on a van.
A bus? Like a bus?
It was like a conversion van.
A small little baby, but like 12 seats?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't pull off until it was full.
Yeah. Yep.
And I sat with that Pizza Hut pizza on my lap. Wow. And it was burning hot.
And it was already hot.
That's right. The pizza was hot.
Goodness.
The air was hot.
Everything just hot.
It was a mess. However, we're talking a lot about this trip that I suppose this is the first time I actually had the opportunity to talk about it.
Wow, and you remember so much details.
I do.
The pizza being hot, taking the jitney.
The jitney, that's what it was. And so, what is an early travel memory for you that you feel like is impactful? Doesn't have to be your first, but just one that you think has stuck with you.
I would probably have to say I went to the Panama Canal. It had to have been about 14 years ago. And it was so amazing being there and seeing the canal. And then when you learn the history behind it, right? A lot of Caribbean men were on contract to Panama to help build the canal. So what I did was I took one of the phone books and I looked through the phone book and there was almost every Bahamian last name there. I saw my last name, I saw Bo's, I saw all sorts of Bahamian last name, and it's just so crazy how we're all connected some way, somehow, even though we're just a boat ride or a plane ride away.
That's right.
So that was very memorable for me, the way they live, and it was comfortable. It was a good trip for me.
How old did you say you were again? You did.
Old enough.
I got it. Old enough. Well, and you're absolutely right. I mean, again, it's seeing those connections. It's seeing what does bring us together. And that's what I appreciate deeply. And so how much of that kind of connection do you feel is reflected in your food?
Oh, lots of it. I feel like everything that I've even experienced along with travel and everything that I've experienced in my life helps me to create beautiful dishes that just leave you wanting more. Like, you know, when you go out, you want food that's amazing, that tastes like home, that you cannot get at home. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, let's be real. Ain't nobody making, no one's standing up for 10 hours.
That's right.
At home.
That's right.
Making chicken and waffles from scratch.
Sure.
No one's making fresh ice cream. This is not a regular thing. So to experience homemade food, right, out that you usually wouldn't make at home. That's right. That's what I'm going for. I want people to leave with that. I want it to linger. When you eat something that's made with my hand, I want it to feel like a party in your mouth. You know what I mean? I love it. Like the watermelon salad we made here the other night. Yes. It was such an explosion of flavors. You know what I mean? Yes. So this is the experience I want people to have every time they come in contact with Chef Bri.
Well, it's the experience that I had every time I came in contact with Chef Bri, because I'll tell you, we had on this experience, in addition to very special multi-course meals that were themed according to two of the values of Kwanzaa, I feel like. Yes. Which is amazing because it's not necessarily tied to a time of year. It's not. It's year-round. It is year-round. And so in doing so, you showed up with some special, and I'd like you to describe what you made, but before that, I'll also say, in addition, you had snacks that were easily describable. Some of the best chicken I've ever had. Some of the best macaroni and cheese I've ever had. Some of the best I think it was pulled pork pizza.
Barbecue pulled pork
Insane.
pizza.
Barbecue pulled pork pizza. And that was like the late night snack, you know.
And the jerk chicken wraps.
The jerk chicken wraps that you had, and the jalapeno peppers with was it calabresa?
No, that was actually prosciutto.
Prosciutto, which I mean, yeah,
Good.
like as a baconator, it was
Not a baconator.
just, I mean, it was a bacon eater. It was insane. I popped more of those in my mouth than that's right than I should have, and then I would recommend. But I actually recommend eating all of them because they were insane.
Thank
then, what were some of the more formal and even elaborate dishes that you created for us in this experience?
So my theme was for this. So of course, one menu was Umoja, one was a Ruru. I wanted to blend fancy with flavor.
You did that.
Because usually, you know, sometimes you get the fancy. It's like, baby, I wouldn't believe I waste my sobriety of my bellies. You know,
Yes.
I'm so hungry. I'm mad.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm mad. Like, where's the food?
That's right.
Sometimes you go and you spend 2 pieces of spinach and a shrimp on top, and you spend $80. It's like, okay, where's the flavor?
Yes.
I'm angry. So I wanted to combine, particularly for this Soulful Cruise, I wanted to combine fancy and flavor
Love it.
with a little bit of history sprinkled on top.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I was able to capture that. One of the menus, we had a smothered beef rib on polenta.
Smothered beef rib
On polenta.
I want to say it. Smothered beef rib
On polenta.
on polenta.
You know, the Americans from the South, they thought he was getting grits. You guess again, baby. We have polenta because we're being fancy with flavor. We being
As an
fancy with
American
flavor.
from the South,
Yes.
the first time I had polenta, I did think it was a block of grits.
That's exactly what it is. But, you know, we're being fancy.
That's right.
So, yeah, so the smothered beef rib on polenta, I feel like that was a combination because typically grits was a very inexpensive food for us.
That's right.
We use it a lot. We grounded corn, and we use corn almost in everything. So it's not that expensive. So to have it here on a beef rib that I cooked for 10 hours, that I marinated for another 10 hours.
Yes.
You know, and smothered in this amazing gravy was my fancy, you know, and flavorful. That was one of them. Mm-hmm. And then on the other menu in Toronto, I'm known for one of the best brunches. You know, I'm not tooting my horn or anything.
They are not wrong, and they're not lying.
But yeah, so we're known for the chicken and waffles. My brand is Authentique. And so we're known for the chicken and waffles, and I wanted to have that in France. Why not?
Authentique.
Authentique.
En France.
Okay.
Oui, oui.
Yes. So the chicken and waffles,
Yes.
we make the waffles literally from scratch. The chicken I marinate for 12 hours, and it's fried to perfection. And then I personally make this habanero syrup. I don't know if you remember that one.
I do remember it.
Okay, and I'm bottling that shit. Sorry. I'm gonna bottle that.
Do it.
It's so good. So this is what I wanted you to have the complexities of sweet and spicy with soft and crispy. Literally, again, a party in your mouth. So
Amazing.
I know. So that was some of the things that I wanted to bring. And then another favorite was my honey cornbread. Baby.
Impeccable.
In English. Great.
Impeccable. Great.
Great. For those that don't speak that, great. Yeah. It was so amazing. I made so many portions of this one. And at the end, before dinner was done, all was gone. I think everybody may have had 2 of them. And I literally spent hours perfecting that recipe for cornbread. Because cornbread, believe it or not, is easy to mess up.
I believe it because I've done it.
All right then, so it's easy. You can have too much corn, you can have too much flour, you can have too much baking powder. Like, it's so easy to mess up. So it's literally, it's a match. It has to be in harmony to get that perfect everything.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that was another thing. And I would say one of my favorite things, probably my favorite thing, not one of my favorite things, was the drunken peach cobbler. What it impact? What it is?
Impeccable.
English.
I don't really speak French. I'm sure those who know French
He's like,
are
what is he saying?
Homie, that is not the right pronunciation.
No, but the drunken peach cobbler was a personal recipe that I perfected. I remember when I was younger, my auntie would make peach cobbler all the time, and I always wanted to perfect it. And I wasn't able to, and then I got a chance to be here on this cruise, and I wanted to find history. So the history behind the cobbler is because it was to resemble the cobble. That's why it's called peach cobbler.
That's right.
And the reason why it's so popular in the black community is because peaches were grown in abundance in the South, and it was free. I'm pretty sure if it was another fruit that was in abundance, we would have been using that too.
That's right.
We know what to do with
banana
something.
cobbler, orange cobbler, mango cobbler, yes.
Pineapple cobbler. We would have had plum cobbler. Pineapple cobbler sounds good though. I might try that. A little tropical stuff. Not with bacon. Candy?
See, listen.
We might be on to something here. Y'all don't use that. Don't use that. That might be a recipe in the making.
That's a will cut it.
Yeah. So, but no, that drunken peach cobbler. So, like I said, I perfected the peach cobbler recipe, and then I made a rum butter. I literally made a butter out of rum that I would put over top with the fresh vanilla bean ice cream. Them two together. Marriage.
Made in heaven. Made in France.
Made in heaven in France.
Yes.
So I think that was one of my favorite dishes. Just to name a few of some of the stuff that I made.
Absolutely. And so the thing, many things came up as you were just kind of reliving your creations. What are some of your greatest influences? Be it how you grew up in community in the Bahamas, or the kind of community you've cultivated in Toronto, or you loved these particular foods. What are the things that kind of come together? Because I feel like you've got a whole constellation of influences.
I do, and you know what? Just growing up and being a part of a community, like when you would break, like I don't feel like we have community as much as we did back then.
Sure.
But back then, when you would like bake bread, everybody in the neighborhood got some. Or when you would make soup, everybody would just bring your bowl and you get some soup. You know what I mean? And it's like, or when there's mango season and the trees are full, everybody from the whole neighborhood would come and gather. So it's like, I just want a sense of community, and I feel like that's one of my biggest influences, just bringing people together and creating memories through food. Because you never go wrong with a good plate of food.
That's
like
right.
You open up, like you really could open up somebody's belly, you could open up somebody's mind, you could open up somebody's mouth.
And their heart.
And their heart. So you can't go wrong with good food.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's how I feel.
Wow. When it comes then to, you create experiences. You've said this, and you create beauty on the plate and on the tongue.
Literally.
And I can attest to the fact that you had standing ovations every time you walked into that dining room when we were, here on this ship after we ate, and we're silent on one hand because we were all eating, and then simultaneously praising this food.
Thank you.
What do you get out of creating these experiences? Like, what does that do for you?
Wow, that's a good question, because it's so many things. I consider food making, I consider what I do art. I call it edible. It's an edible art show. Every time I create food for you, it's my edible art show. So I'm here to showcase, right? It's almost like just playing with all of your senses, because then you see it, right? And it looks good. And then you smell it, it's like, oh my God, it smells even better. And then you taste it and you're like, what the hell? What is happening?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So and then everybody have their own interpretation of what it is that I create. So some people might think, wow, that that spice was hitting in the back end. You know what I mean? It's like, woo, that was a little kick. But some people think, oh, the flavors was busted. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's room for interpretation.
Yes.
A little bit.
Sure.
But I look at my food as edible art, and that's what it is.
Well, I have been an amazing beneficiary of that art. I feel touched. I feel transformed because of it. So thank you very much. I mean, you're laughing, but I'm waxing lyrical because it is I don't know what else to say other
It was
than
good.
it's an epic experience, and it's an epicurious experience.
Literally, that's exactly what it is.
You know, and it is one of the elemental experiences when you go on a cruise in general, be it ocean or river. The food plays a pivotal role.
It does.
You know, food plays a pivotal role in travel. It plays a pivotal role in life.
It does.
And so to have an experience that is so notable to the point that in a journey that had many notable moments, the food is at the top, if not the pinnacle, particularly, and I'm speaking specifically to your creations, your art show. So thank you for that.
Honestly, it's I can't even put it in words. It's really undescribable. Has a word, undescribable?
Indescribable.
Indescribable. Say it in French.
Indescribable.
That.
I really just made that up.
But that, right? So it's just indescribable.
Yes.
Just being here, and to be honest with you, I came here for us.
Yes.
For us to be on a river cruise in the south of France at this time, networking, sharing, loving, eating, creating memories. That is what it's about, nothing else. It's such a joy to be here. My heart is so full, and I would love to do this more often.
Listen, I would love to fly someplace wherever you're creating food. And later, we're going to ask you to tell people how they can experience this themselves, because I know I'm doing a lot of talking about it, and people really want to just experience it. But this is how they learn about it.
Yeah, but we're doing things like you can follow us on Instagram. We have pop-up shops. I have pop-up shops all over the GTA on a weekly, monthly basis. And we do catering, we travel, we're all over.
Amazing.
So whether you're in Toronto, the Bahamas, Jamaica, South America, or south of France, you'll be able to get some of Authentique and some of Chef Bri's creation.
Amazing. So then, when you look at some of your favorite places that you've traveled, you know, you gave me a very impactful early travel experience. What are some of the favorite places in the world that you've experienced?
Food-wise?
Food-wise, or otherwise. You know, I know food is an incredible part of your life, but it's not the only part.
Cuba was nice. I think the history in Cuba, I really enjoy Cuba. To be honest with you, the whole of the Caribbean is, I would pick the Caribbean all day, every day.
Okay.
But outside of the Caribbean, being able to be here in south of France was probably one of the most memorable experiences I've ever had.
Love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Wow. It's just, you know, we have lots of conversations, you know, to the side, and they are not always G-rated in terms of the language.
No.
So that's partially that's.
So we're just gonna keep it there.
That we will. So, when you're looking at cuisines from around the world, what are some of your favorites?
You know what? A lot of other chefs, they clown on me because I'm picky.
Okay.
I'm probably one of the pickiest chefs you meet. I don't eat eggs. I don't eat this. I don't eat. There's so many things I don't eat. But I find that I always revert to Japanese. Japanese, Thai, the Oriental. It would definitely have to be one of my top cuisines.
Yes.
But if we were in the Caribbean, and you know this is always a battle between Jamaica or whoever have the best Caribbean cuisine.
Yes.
I feel like Jamaican cuisine is good, but I feel like it's more popular because they're more Jamaicans.
Okay.
But if you want to talk about the best Caribbean cuisine, I might be being biased, but the Bahamas is definitely up there. But if I couldn't choose the Bahamas and I'm not being biased, my top choice for the Caribbean cuisine would be Haitian food. Haitian food is a different type of fire.
I believe it.
It is so good. It is so flavorful. They're so clean and so thorough in everything they make. Listen to me. If I could find Haitian food in France, I'm going to eat it right now.
Describe a dish that you find to be obviously it's different in different places, but one of your favorites.
From
Haiti.
Oh, there would definitely be griot. Griot, so it's just basically fried pork with the smashed plantains and pickles. It's spicy, it's sweet, it's crispy. It is all things great. It's I know.
This water
it's so good. And it's so flavorful. Like sometimes you would get pork and you would be like, oh my God, it's so dry. Listen to me. When you come to Toronto, I'm gonna take you to a spot.
Doing it.
We're gonna go. I'm gonna show you what some real Haitian food is like.
Sac passé.
So, not boule. They have.
Please, audience, let us know if we got it right.
Because you know we're not Haitian.
We are not, but we love you.
Yeah, we're trying to pay homage.
That's right.
So shout out to all my zoos.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, Haitian food would definitely be one of my top in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
And then Spanish. We love a Spanish dish. You know, there's some rice and beans.
Arroz y habichuelas.
Baby. Some chicken.
That's right.
You know, we love but it's very similar. You know what?
Of course.
We're all just almost all connected to food.
That's right.
We're almost
the
all
seasoning
connected.
may be different, but really
same stuff.
That's right.
So my question to you is, right?
Okay.
I want you to pick one.
Okay.
Yeah?
All right. I'm game.
Fried rice. Yeah?
Okay.
Jollof rice. Or rice and peas.
Rice and peas.
Rice and peas.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because that's a run.
It is. It's also, I would say, it's what I'm most familiar with, being Caribbean adjacent. Also having lived in Latin America for 8 years. And then also living in Miami, which is arguably Latin America,
yes.
for 5 years. I mean, yeah, rice and peas. You know, you get it. It is the foundational dish. You also get it, of course, in Brazil, where I lived for many years. And I have the most familiarity. Of course, jollof is amazing. Of course, a great fried rice is a great fried rice.
You can't go wrong with that either.
That's right.
So how do you pick? But you're familiar with
it is that. I'm going to err on the side of familiarity with that. And you can have the different types of meat. You can have the different, the diversity and the versatility, I think, is what I'm also more familiar with. Not saying that those others aren't diverse and versatile.
Right. Just
saying, again, the familiarity that I have.
No, but I understand what you're saying because rice and peas is across the board. South America, Central America,
Africa,
all of the Caribbean,
that's right,
and in Africa.
Yes, yeah.
Like that's literally 90% of the world. Like, let's be real.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like, because there's so many variations to that one dish.
That's right.
You have black beans and rice. You have red beans and rice. You have gunga peas and rice. You have there's so many different variations of, but like we call it in the Bahamas, we call it peas and rice.
That was a motorcycle being
motorcycle-y. You know,
yeah,
not concerned about what we're doing over here.
That's right.
And we're trying to be fancy.
Correct, about our rice and peas.
And rice and peas.
Yes.
But no, I feel like there's so many variations of, like I say in the Bahamas, we call it peas and rice.
Yes.
But when I say that, people look at me a little sideways. It's like, baby, that's what it is. It's peas and rice. Like, this is what we're eating.
It's what we're eating.
But I have to adapt.
That's right.
Because everybody is different. And where I'm from now, where I'm based in Toronto, is rice and peas. But Bahamians, y'all know, peas and rice forever. Yeah?
Peas and rice forever.
Yes.
So, just as we're wrapping things up, what drew you to creating a career like this in the first place? Was it even intentional?
You know what? And in the last half, it was intentional. You know, sometimes we have our gifts and we run so far away from them. Like, it's always in us.
Yes.
Like, our gifts is always in us. But sometimes we don't have the right environment to cultivate, to bring it out of us. Because I've always been a chef. I have one of my best friends, shout out Talia, even when we was like 9, and I would be making like hot dog and noodles, I'll make it fancy.
Yeah.
You know, a little sprinkle of ketchup, and none of it goes together. It all
Sure.
tastes like crap. But it looks good. You know, but I was onto something.
Yes, and it was in you.
It was in me. And then, you know, of course, as you become an adult and you crave different things and you want money, because it's expensive to survive, honey.
Yes.
Yeah?
And especially to survive with style.
That's what I'm saying. You know, to be fresh to death. And stun on them.
And fly.
Yes. To be a fly girl, a fly sister.
That's right.
Yeah. But I feel like it's just, it was in me the whole time. And I strayed from that. And at the end, at the final leg, I was like, I want to do what I want to do. I want to be happy. And this is what always made me happy. But my focus was wrong. I feel like I was focusing on money, but the minute I start focusing on money, and I started focusing on being happy, my talent were able to shine through, and I ran, like I started this business and I've been running behind it ever since, because my focus was now on just being happy and creating edible art.
Chef Bri Bullard, how can people find out more about you? How can people find out more about your artistry? And how can people connect with you?
Baby, I everywhere. Just look for me. I literally just look up and you see me. I'm joking.
Okay.
But no, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter as Authentique Delights. So it's authentic in French, Authentique, Q-U-I-E,
Yes.
Delights Inc., because we're incorporated, honey. Yeah, Authentique Delights Inc. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And then you can check out our website at www.authentiquedelights.com, or you can email me personally at bri@authentiquedelights.com, or you can call me or text me 905, what's the rest? 598-1536. I live hungry, so we've been talking about rice and peas and beans and rice.
We have been.
I'm actually a little bit hungry, but yeah.
So
you
we'll
can
fix
find
that.
me. Yeah,
We're gonna fix that.
You can find me on all of those platforms. You can text me, you can call me. But to be up to date, always check our Instagram. We're usually really good with that one. So check our Instagram if you ever want to find out where we are, because like I said, we do pop-ups around the GTA. We travel, we're all over the place. So check us out.
GTA is Greater Toronto Area, for those who don't know.
I know, right? I'm speaking like everybody knows.
Well, you're talking to those who do.
Right.
But for those of us outside of the GTA, you can follow up at one of these, at any of her amazing platforms, any of her amazing phone numbers, and get any of her amazing food, which will be life-changing for you. Thank you so much.
No,
it is such a privilege, pleasure, honor.
You know
I
you're the
appreciate
best.
you too. Listen, Bri,
You're
amazing.
so sweet.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to be a fly sister.
Yes.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you too. All right, everybody, you know how to reach her. Do it.
Edit that out. It was so cool.
Thank you.